Hi, Shannon here with Shannon Sizzlen Stampers, and I'm coming to you from my Southern Colorado studio. I am doing the Valentine Cupid Hot Cocoa Bombs, and this is your video tutorial for your tag and bag that you'll put your cocoa bombs in. You should also have received via email the recipe tutorial, and that tells you exactly how to make the cocoa bombs, along with your kit that has all of your ingredients and your silicone mold to do so. So let's get started. For this video, I am going to be using the Heartfelt stamp set that is in our annual catalog. Now, if you don't have this stamp set, or you have, I had to change my tags. If you don't have this stamp set, some of the others that we have right now that would be great are our Always in My Heart floral and our Forever and Always stamp set. So either of those would be great. Also, this Hearts and Kisses, and it has a bundle with a punch, or the Lots of Heart. Either of those would be great. And then back here, we even get into the Valentine Keepsakes and a Kangaroo. And for your tag portion of it, we are using pieces from the Sweet Little Valentine's Cards and More kit. So those are some of the things that you might want to select to use for your stamps if you don't have the Heartfelt stamp. Sorry. So we are going to get ready to begin. Once you've made your cocoa bombs, you will have two bags like this. And these are, I'm going to try to find something colorful to put them on. This is our Mosaic Tile Gusseted cellophane bag. So with that bag, it's nice and clear. It's safe. So you're going to put, you can put, I would say 2 in there if you stack them nicely, or you might just choose to do individual 1. Your ingredients should allow you to make 4 cocoa bombs. You're going to have a card, and you may have this pool party and this stripe, or you may have the other style, which is like in coral and melon with gold dots. And then you're going to have an envelope, a white envelope with either gold metallic stripes or gold metallic dots. You're going to have a little piece of white, and you're going to have a little petal pink label. You're also going to have one of these scalloped cards. You might have this one that says you are loved, or you might have this other style, and you're going to see how I finished off with the hearts and the up and down vertical love you. So this one has the plain wash on the back. So those are the card options that you're going to have. Those are the pieces that come with your kit. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll make this super quick and you'll be on your way. This kit, I love this Valentine's kit. It makes everything so easy. So step 1 for this is just to take your scissors or your paper trimmer, whatever works for you. You're just going to cut that card in half, right along its natural score. So cut that in half. See how I got that little bit of pink on there? No big deal. This is going to become on the back of the pocket that we're going to create. So we're going to set those aside. So the next step is to seal the envelope. And then you're going to cut one of these sides off right at the ledge. So you're cutting about 1/8 to 1/4 of an eighth, 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch off of your envelope. Toss that aside. So now you have this handy dandy pocket. The next step is to take your decorative piece of that card, whatever that looks like, and you're going to center it as best you can onto the envelope. And just adhere that on. like that. Now let's do a little bit of stamping. So we are going to be using not Melon Mambo, our new Magenta Madness ink. So we'll set that there. And on my white paper, I'm going to stamp the phrase, "Love you lots." Now you could use any sentiment or any phrase. If it does not fit on your piece of paper, you'll need to get a larger piece, of course. And then, because this is a Cupid project, I'm going to go ahead and use the arrow. That's why I loved using this heartfelt set. So just about middle of my card, I'm going to stamp that arrow in the magenta. All right, and that's all the stamping. It's super easy. The next step is and I just realized I don't have something out here with me. Hopefully they're right here near me. We're going to use some of the mini dimensionals if you have them. If not, you can put this piece on flat. It won't matter. I just like it a little bit raised because then you're going to be able to see more of the arrow element. But you're going to stick it on, and you want to make sure you center it to where you have the amount of arrow seen that you like. And somehow I have managed to get Magenta Madness on my fingers. All right. Now I'll let that dry a little bit more. So we're going to set that aside for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and glue this solid color piece to the back of that envelope because we want to cover up that flap so that it's not so noticeable that it's an envelope. So you're just centering that on there, again, the same way you did your front. And you want to just create those border edges. Push that down really nice. Turn that back over. If you have a 1-inch circle punch, ours is retired now, or you can use a half circle, a die, whatever you have. At this point, you're going to slide that in and center it up. So I'm centering about halfway between. So I have that little slot. It's like a little pull hole. A pull tab is what we're going to stick in there. So the next thing, excuse me, while I grab these two items that I know I need, but I got to my desk without. You're going to just take a standard hole punch and decide which piece you want to be the top and the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine here. With your standard hole punch, you're just centering that on that card and punching. In your kit, I neglected to tell you, but in your kit, you have some long pieces of Magenta Madness and the Sheer Pool Party. You have some pink twine. If you happen to have any of our gold thread from the boho kit or from any of our holiday things, you could add that because the gold really shines on this, but it's not necessary. You're going to need to choose which ribbons you want to keep to tie your bags closed and which ribbons you want to use. And you could do half and half for this piece. So you're going to take part of that magenta, and mine is quite long. You don't need this long of a piece on yours. I got a little ribbon happy. And I'm going to just pop that through. I've folded my ribbon in half. I'm poking it through the hole toward the front of the card. And I'm going to pull the tails through there and just pull. That's what I grew up being known as a lark's knot. I think it has several different names. I'm just going to trim mine down a little bit. And then I'm going to take my twine, and you could add extra ribbons or other twines, whatever you want to make this a little frou-frou-y. But I'm just going to tie my twine. You could tie, the twine would be lovely tied in a bow. For video purposes, I'll be doing a knot. I don't have a hard enough time with my fingers anymore, so a knot it is for mine. And then we're going to come back to finishing this piece. Hopefully that's dried. I'm going to get my paper snips so I can do a little bit of fussy cutting because I'm not going to use the word lots. So I like this font. And so it's got that kind of cursive brush stroke to it. So I'm just taking my scissors and I'm kind of cutting with a curve, which is the reason I love our paper snips. If you don't own our paper snips and you're doing much fussy cutting, you really would love them because they have a curved edge blade. So it allows you to make those curves very easily. And again, I'll just use a little dimensional on the back of that saying. And we're going to pop that saying in the center of that petal pink label. Just like so. Now, in your kit, you should have some white resin hearts. I'm suddenly having a mind worry that I did not pack the hearts in these kits because I had to wait for more to come in. They were back ordered for a while. So I'm suddenly a little concerned. If not, you could use a rhinestone and crystal. You wouldn't have to have anything on there. So now that is what the front of your pocket looks like. The card is designed for you to write whatever you want. The directions for the cocoa bomb, how to use it, you would just hand write that and say, put your cocoa bomb in your mug and pour 1.5 to 2 cups of hot milk over the cocoa bomb. And then you just slide it in your pocket. And now remember, you had that ribbon attached to your bag. I didn't bring the whole thing in because I thought that was going to be too crazy. But in essence, let me just put something in this bag to give you an idea. In essence, if my bag were tied up, you can slide that tie. So you can tie it around your pocket card, or you can merely just leave your bag tied fancy with your cocoa bombs and put a little adhesive on your pocket and attach it to the front of your bag like that. Or you can merely give them side by side. So it's however you wish to do, whether you want to include your tying onto your bag or whether you want to have it be separate. It's all up to you. So I'm going to show you, that's that one, and I'm show you the other version if you happen to have the other card and designs. And then these are the pull cards. This one I had added some of that gold thread from my boho indigo kit, but I'm virtually out. I didn't have enough of it to send in all of the kits. And that is a ribbon that you can't order a refill. You have to buy it as the boho kit. So these are the cards on the fronts. And see, on this one, I would write here my directions and probably insert it like this. And then this one is like so. So those are your pocket cards. And you have 2 materials to make 2 of these. So you may have 1 and 1. Depends how my packaging went when I was doing those. I hope you enjoy these. This is my first Stampin' and Cookin' class, and it seemed like guys were really interested in it. So maybe later this spring or early summer, we'll do another Stampin' and Cookin' class. Until then, have fun, spread some sunshine, and put some sizzle in your day with stamping. Bye-bye.